So hi guys, welcome to the video. My name is CA Varshith Gowda and I am here to make your accounts a little bit easier. Yes. Today in this video we will be discussing about how to calculate this NPSR, that is your new profit sharing ratio, sacrifice ratio, gain ratio, all these ratios which will come in your partnership accounts. In this video we will be learning how to calculate these. Okay, this is one video that you should be watching for all your doubts with respect to ratio. So shall we start without any further ado? Now in this video I'll be only explaining you about how to calculate these ratios. That's all. Clear? I assume that you're already done with partnership accounts. Okay. Now let's start, guys. Now let's understand what is sacrifice ratio and gain ratio. Sacrifice ratio is calculated in the case of admission or change in PSR. So what is happening in case of admission? In case of admission, a new partner is coming in. Correct? No, a new partner is coming in. Because a new partner is coming in, the existing partner has to sacrifice their shares. Correct? A new partner is coming in. For his share, existing partners have to sacrifice their share. 1 point. Second, we have something called as gain ratio. Gain ratio will calculate in the cases of retirement or death. Why, sir? Because whenever an existing partner is getting retired or whenever an existing partner is died or is dying, then his share is gained by the continuing partner, the existing partners who were there. Now say suppose A, B and C were partners. C is retiring, say suppose. Then C share is gained by A and B, no? Now. Correct. So that's why in case of retirement and death, we calculate gain ratio because existing partners are gaining the retiring partner's share. And in case of admission, the existing partners are sacrificing their share for giving it to new partner who is getting admitted. Clear? So how to calculate sacrifice ratio? Sacrifice ratio very simple. It is old ratio, that is ratio before admission is happening, minus new ratio. That means ratio after admission. So what we are exactly finding in sacrifice ratio? How much each partner has sacrificed for the new partner's share. How much each partner has sacrificed for the new partner's share is what we are finding out in sacrifice ratio. So to find out sacrifice ratio, old ratio before admission minus new ratio. You will get the sacrificed share of each partner. Simple. Gone. Understood. Then gain ratio. Gain ratio is ulta of sacrifice ratio. New ratio, that is ratio after retirement minus old ratio, that is ratio of before retirement or death. So new ratio is ratio after retirement or death and old ratio is ratio before retirement or death. So new ratio minus old ratio, you will get gain ratio, and old ratio minus new ratio, you will get sacrifice ratio. And you also know now when to calculate sacrifice ratio, when to calculate gain ratio. Clear? Done. Now sir, how to calculate new profit sharing ratio? Andre, guys, whenever an admission or retirement or death happens, of course the profit sharing ratio will change. No, old ratio will become a new ratio whenever admission, death, retirement, change in PSR happens. Okay. Now tell me, how to find this new profit sharing ratio? Guys, technically new profit sharing ratio, one thing is they could have given it in the question. Okay, if they have given it in the question, good, then no need to find out. Aramse you can find out sacrifice ratio, gain ratio. How will you find out? Old ratio also is there in the question. Pakka old ratio they should have given. No way they have not given old ratio. Okay, old ratio they would have given in the question. And if new ratio is also given in the question, then what is the problem? Easily find out sacrifice ratio and gain ratio. Old minus new is sacrifice, new minus old is gain. Simple. If NPSR is given in the question, no problem only. Sir, what to do if NPSR is not given in the question? Then what to do? Then what we have to do is, first I will discuss about admission part. Okay. In admission, say admission is happening and you have to find out new ratio. What will be new ratio? You only tell me. Of an existing partner, say suppose in my example there are two partners, A and B. Okay. And their old ratio, existing ratio is 3:2. I have already written it. See, 3:2 is their ratio. Then how will you find out their new share, that is after admission? their existing share, whatever is there, that you take, which is old ratio, minus how much they have sacrificed for new partner, that you minus. Simple, no? So that's why I have written new ratio is equal to old share which they had before admission minus how much ever they have sacrificed for the new admitting partner. Resultant thing is the new ratio. Simple, huh? So okay sir, old share whatever he had minus whatever he has sacrificed for the new partner will be new share. Done. For old share 3:2 in my example which they have given in the question, I have always told you old share they would have given in the question only. No way they have not given old share. So old share will be given in the question. But how to find out share sacrificed by each of them? How to find out? How to find out sacrifice ratio? Share sacrifice means sacrifice ratio. So how to find out sacrifice ratio? Just now we learned, go above. Sacrifice ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. Simple. Sir, we are finding new ratio only. How to do old minus new to arrive at sacrifice ratio? See, I can do old minus new to find out sacrifice share. But new only we are finding, no? Ayo, loop problem happened. What to do? Now I have to take one assumption. You know what assumption I am taking? I am taking sacrifice ratio to be old ratio between old partners, whatever was there, no, the old ratio between the existing partners, that only I am taking it as sacrifice ratio. Clear? Now see here, what was my old ratio? 3:2, and my sacrifice ratio I am assuming it to be old ratio among the old partners, which is 3:2. So I took this assumption. Now with assumption can I go forward? Yes, let's go forward. Now one more thing what they would have given in the question is how much share we have given to the new partner. At least they should have given in the question. 100% they would have given. Now I am telling to the new partner that is C, we have given share of 1/6. For 1/6 of the total share we are admitting Mr. C. So this 1/6 share what we have given to C will be sacrificed by the old partners in their sacrifice ratio, which in our case is 3:2. How did we get 3:2? I am asking you to take the assumption that take sacrifice ratio as old ratio only if they have not given anything in the question. So my sacrifice ratio is 3:2. That means this 1/6 new share given to the new partner is sacrificed by A and B in their sacrifice ratio, which is 3:2. Now 1/6 A sacrifice ratio is 3/5. So 1/6 into 3/5. So 3/30. 3/30th of the share is sacrificed by A, and 1/6 into 2/5. 2/30th of the share is sacrificed by B. So A sacrificed 3/30th and B sacrificed 2/30th. How sir? Now 1/6 for the share given to C. What was sacrifice ratio? 3:2. So 1/6 into 3/5. That means A has given 3/30th out of his share to C. Now if you add 3/30 plus 2/30, the sacrificed share by both A and B, that should be new share, no? That is given to C. Now C 3 plus 5/30 is equal to 1/6. Matching, that is the new share given to C. Simple. Awesome. So I founded out sacrifice share also. Now we can aramse find out NPSR. What is the formula for NPSR? I told you old share minus share sacrifice. Old share we already had 3/2, and share sacrifice just now we calculated. Share sacrifice is 3/30 and 2/30. So let's apply the formula. Old ratio minus share sacrificed. Old ratio minus share sacrificed. So 15/30, 10/30, and C share we already know, that is 1/6. Here that 1/6 I will make it as 5/30 because all the denominators should be same to take the ratio. So into 5 if I do, I'll get 5/30. So what is the new ratio? 15:10:5, which is nothing but 3:2:1 is the new profit sharing ratio here in case of admission. Understood? All of you? I hope you have understood. What did we do? See, If new profit sharing ratio is given in the question, good enough, no work for us. If they have not given, then we are assuming old ratio of old partners only as sacrifice ratio, and they would have given how much share we are giving into the new partner while we are admitting him into the partnership, which was 1/6. That 1/6 will be shared by A and B, sacrificed by A and B in their sacrifice ratio. So 1/6 into 3/5, 1/6 into 2/5, that is the share sacrifice, which is 3/30 and 2/30. That sacrifice share, I'll minus it from the old share of the old partners, then we will get new share. We got new share of A, we got new share of B, and C's new share we already know, which is 1/6. So we got the new profit sharing ratio. Understood? I hope you have understood it well. Now coming to the next part. How to find out new profit sharing ratio if it is the case of death or retirement. Okay. Now guys, the formula for new profit sharing ratio in case of death or retirement is whatever old share that the partners have. Now let's take an example. Earlier we had 3 partners. This is a new example. We had 3 partners, A, B and C, and their ratio is 3:2:1. Okay. Now partner C is getting retired or is dying. Okay. Now what is new profit sharing ratio? Whatever old share these continuing partners had. Who are the continuing partners? A and B, no, C is dying. Now A's old share, if you take that share plus, because of retirement or death, since C is going, C's share also they will gain. The existing partners will gain the C's share also. Correct? No. So that's why my formula for new profit sharing ratio in case of retirement or death is old share plus share gained. Whose share are they gaining? The share of partner who is getting retired or the partner who is dead. So NPSR is equal to old share plus they have gained new share plus share gained. Okay, sir. Now old share 100% they would have given in the question. I've already told you. Share gained, how to find out? Easy. Go above. Gain ratio. Gain ratio is equal to new ratio minus old ratio. If you apply this formula, you will aram se get share gained. See, simple. A. But what is the formula for share gained? New ratio minus old ratio. We are finding new ratio only, no? Again loop problem. Oh, whenever there is a loop problem, we have to take assumption and go. Okay, what assumption we are taking here? Here I am telling, if new ratio is given in the question, good enough. Nothing to think about. If it is not given, then new ratio, we assume sacrifice ratio, no? Here we are assuming new ratio only. Here, new ratio is old ratio of continuing partners. Old ratio of continuing partners. How, sir? You have to take their mutual ratio. Now come to their old ratio. 3:2:1. This was the old ratio, no? C is the one who is getting retired. Leave his share. Remaining partner 3:2. No, take this only as new ratio. I know the ratio was 3:2:1. Now you assume that new ratio of the existing partner, which is A and B, is 3:2 only. So I am assuming that new ratio is 3:2. Found out. So that is the assumption you have to do. That is the new ratio you have to take if nothing is given in the question. Oh sir, we found out new ratio. Yeah, that's all. We assumed. If nothing is given, this is how you will do it. Okay, however, we got new ratio. Now let's calculate gain ratio. What was the gain ratio formula? See here, new ratio minus old ratio. So come here. Where is new? See here. So A. What is new ratio of A? New ratio of A is, see, we have assumed that new ratio to be 3:2. So 3/5 minus his old ratio was 3:2:1, no? 3/6. So it is 3/30 is the gain, share gained. Now what about B? Oh, new ratio, sir, new ratio is 3:2. New ratio is 2/5 of B. Okay. Okay. Now the new ratio of B is 2/5 minus, what is their old ratio? Old ratio was 3:2:1. So 2/6. So 2/5 minus 2/6. You get 2/30. So share gained by A because of the retirement or death is 3/30. And share gained by B because of the retirement is 2/30. What about C? C does not have new ratio, gone, so nothing, 0. What about old ratio? His old ratio was 1/6. So, what is the share gained by C? A. C is the one who is leaving. How will he gain the share? That's why we have got the result as minus 1/6. While calculating gain ratio, if you are getting a negative figure, then that means it is sacrifice. While calculating sacrifice ratio, if you are getting a negative figure, that means that is a gain. So see here, if you see, it is minus 1 by 6, correct? No. Now this becomes share sacrificed. How? Because C partner is leaving. He has sacrificed his share for new partners. If you see, this and this should match. This and this both, and this should match. Shall we see here? See, 3, because this is the share gain, this is the share sacrificed. Share sacrifice must always be equal to share gain. Now let's see, 3 by 30 plus 2 by 30, which is 5 by 30. Here it is 1 by 6. Let's convert it into same denominator, into 5 into 5. You'll get minus 5 by 30. So here also 3 plus 2, 5 by 30. Share sacrificed 5 by 30, matching. Everything is done. Now if you see, if this is the share gain, then this is the gain ratio. No? We just now found out gain ratio. So gain ratio has become 3:2. Now if you see, if you assume new ratio to be 3:2, old ratio is 3:2:1, new ratio was not given in the question, you assume new ratio to be this, okay, then even gain ratio will become 3:2. Understood? So you have done the calculation thoroughly, no doubt about it. Okay, done. So So I hope after this video, your understanding of new profit sharing ratio, sacrifice ratio, gain ratio has become much more clearer. Okay. So please apply whatever you have learned here and practice your questions very well. All the best for your examinations. And if you think you have liked this video, if you have understood the account a little bit more, little bit better, then please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like, and please show some love in your comment section. I'll again see you in the next video. Till then, all the best. Bye.